So something real quick that I wanted to post about. Today's 20th of the month. Um, Most car dealerships, and when I'm meeting and when I'm auditing your websites, your marketing, your processes, your culture, your merchandising, we have a lot of tools to help us, right? And when a dealer comes to me and says, "Hey, Dave, what are we doing wrong? What didn't we do?" And I'm looking, realize it's the 20th of the month. I'm looking at if leads are down. Are you checking all your lead portals? Are you checking your phone numbers? Are you checking the ways that customers will get a hold of you? Are you looking at your chat portals? Are you looking at your conversations? Are you listening to your phone calls? What are the notes and what's working, what's not? What's your lost impression shares on your paid ads? What is your organic traffic telling you? What story is your Envision tool telling you? What's your VDPs look like? So I'm looking at conversations. I'm looking at my people. I'm looking at our age inventory. I'm looking at our consistency, the messages. What's our brand theater? How are our reviews? How are we replying to them? For every one negative one, you need to get seven positive one. You need to be responding because reviews right now are everything. Video is everything. Social is everything. All those little details that you're forgetting and you're waiting till the 20th of the month to have me help you is very difficult. But one of the easiest things you can do, because dealers are great at throwing money at shit and forgetting to activate spotlights, dropping stuff in buckets, pricing the market. That's all basic shit that any sales manager should know that I've been teaching and I've been executing on for decades. So when we're talking about the 20th of the month, right? And realistically, when we're talking about your paid advertising, for example, you need to be making those adjustments between the 15th and the 17th of the month. Why is that? So you need to be talking to your pay-per-click provider every freaking month. I mean, I make it a habit to talk to my paid providers every week. But the most important thing is, yeah, we have a budget in mind, right, of what we're going to spend that month. So let's say, for example, you're going to spend about $15,000 on your paid ads between your Facebook, and this is just your paid ads. So let's say your Facebook, your OTT, let's say your PMAX and your vehicle listing ads, or your vehicle listing ads are part of your PMAX, but it's just, let's say you look at all that, right? And you say, I'm going to spend $15,000, a couple grand on Facebook. I'm going to spend $3,500 hypothetically on OTT. And let's say the rest, and this is before any fees, is another $9,500. And let's say you're going to divide that up between PMAX and your vehicle listing ads online. But the difference is that, before you can segment your campaigns, before you can decide on some model search campaigns or what you're missing on, what's your aged inventory, what you're heavy on, what you have inbound, what programs are ending, what you need to push. When you look at all these things, right, it's a very simple thing to know, okay, it's middle of the month. It's the 15th to 17th. My lost impression share is this. I'm losing market. I'm competing with the OEM, which you're always gonna. Let's say you have some overlap with an OEM or you have some overlap with a vendor partner. But then you have to look at your different type of marketing as far as models per se. And you need to look at, where am I losing? Am I losing on my local search in my backyard? And what models are we cross bidding on? So what are my lost impression shares? But, I don't even look at that much. You know what I'm really looking at? What I'm heavy on inventory, what brands I need to push. Is it new cars that I need to push on, or is it used cars? Do I need to move my budget from new to used or used to new? Now, remember, both help each other. And majority of our advertising that we spend today is really for 60 to 90 days from now anyway, because we're retargeting people. We're engaging with them and we're not mind readers. We don't know when they're going to be ready to buy. But in the last 10 days of the month, when most car dealers just mess up, most marketing people mess up, most pay-per-click providers are not engaging with you when they should be. What should be happening right now, okay, whether it's the 15th or 17th, let's say we missed it, it's the 20th, you can recoup. You can go, hey, I need a shot in the arm. So I would always recommend, if you're planning to spend 20, then $20,000 in paid marketing between a couple different things, then maybe it needs to really be start out the month with saying, I'm going to spend 12 to 15, because you're going to hold back for those last 10 days of the month. Why is that? Because 80% of car dealers, maybe 90% of them, They know they had a budget on the 23rd or the previous month or the first 5 days of the month. And you're dialing your paid ads and your vendor says, let's figure out your budget. And you go, okay, let's spend $20,000. Well, let's say you get a lot of traffic in the next 10 days, the next 20 days, but the last 5 or 10 days left of the month, you only have X amount of budget left. You got about 30% of your budget left to spend in the time that you do 60% of your business. Let's say 50% of your business in the last 10 days. So let me ask you a question. If the most people that are ready right now that want to buy on the 20th, you need to be making those adjustments on the 15th, the 17th. You need to be, and the reason you do that is because you need a couple days to get those campaigns flowing with your provider. Now, some people do it on the fly. Most people take a couple days. So that being said, today's the 20th. It's not too freaking late. What you need to do is go, okay, I'm slow on this model. I need to sell more new cars. I need to sell more used cars. Outside of your auto trader spotlights, outside of pricing the market and looking at your pricing buckets on Car Gurus, outside of making sure you got reviews, outside of making sure you have dealer rater reviews, you need to, at this point, go, I need to spend $2,000 on this campaign, or I need to put a couple $1,000 towards performance mags, or I need to put more towards used VLAs. So right now is the time to make those damn adjustments. All right. So you always hold back 30 or 40% of your budget. All right. And you have these conversations, you just freaking communicate and figure out what I need to put the focus on. But you don't do this at the end of September, at the beginning of October. Okay. You know what you're going to spend by quarter, by month. And you talk to your vendor and you say, I'm going to spend $12,000 with you. However, we need to be touching base once a week. And middle of the month, between the 15th and 17th, I want to make adjustment based on your recommendations, based on your data, based on my inventory, based on my age inventory, based on what I have coming in, based on the units that I know I have specials on, or the OEM is pushing something. So if there's a big offer that comes out mid-month, why would you freaking wait until November 5th to meet with your vendor? Because you're too freaking lazy to make an adjustment. So all of a sudden you put this wonderful pressure on your BDC, make some freaking calls. Well, that's great. Salespeople, get some people back in the door. The influence majority of the time is online. But even though you spend all this money, even though you make all this adjustment, if your brand theater is off in your social engagement in your community and your people in the area, and you don't have the right reputation and your GSEO is off, your results are going to still suck a little bit. But you can throw money at shit, because that's what we always do as car dealers. We just throw money at it, spend more money to get some sales. And at the end of the month, we're all heroes, right? Maybe. But bottom line is, let's be a little bit smarter. Today's the 20th. Adjust your money, adjust it towards your budget, adjust it towards your spend, and be proactive. Quit sitting on your ass and pay attention to your marketing. If you can't do it, then call me and I'll do it.